part 2 of the SubPod installation within the bed. So first thing you got to do is you got to dig a hole, of course, which I did in the previous video building the 4-foot by 4-foot bed. You want some room in the back, a little bit of room on the side, a little bit of room in the front. That way you can fill the dirt in there. Then the next thing you want to do is you want to take a level and make sure that everything's level, which of course this way, not too bad. This way is the most important. I am finally level. One thing I have noticed is I got a lot of sitting water in the bottom there, fortunately, and we'll take a look off of this clip, which is pretty cool. Help hold everything down. From what I can see, the good thing is here that is not getting in the SubPod itself. So that's fantastic. That's a good thing. Something I was kind of worried about there for a second. We are about, I want to say, 3, maybe 4 inches below this board. So if you're doing a 2x12, you want to understand that you're going to still need to get about 2 inches below that. So here we go. Gonna fill this thing up, get this thing closed up, so that way we're not putting unnecessary dirt into it. And let's go to business. Now this is all compost already, so I'm not overly concerned if some of this goes through those holes into the worm bin there, or the SubPod. Hey, if you want to make compost, sometimes you need a little bit to kick it off. So and that right there is why we leave the lid on. So I will let you all know, these things, they just came out. We're doing one of those Kickstart campaigns for them. Companies out of Australia, and they finally got everything stocked for the United States as well now. They are offering, well, depending on when you see this, when I bought mine, it was 10% off. They're normally, the package I got with the aerator is right about $170, give or take, plus shipping costs and taxes and all that good stuff, because you know, Uncle Sam's got to get theirs. So, big thing you want to remember is make sure you get this packed down in there. You don't want loose soil, cause everything to slip and slide, cause, you know, holes that you don't want and everything else. Now we're going to fill it up to here. This here is a ventilation. It's got stuff on the inside to help block everything. It's too small for anything to get in there. Help keep the bugs out that we don't want in. So the main thing is there's these holes in the side. You want to make sure those stay covered up. Whether it's by compost, whether it's by the mulch, hay, whatever you need to do to keep that covered up, because we all know the soil's gonna, especially if you're using compost, the soil's gonna get softer, it's gonna level out, it's gonna drop down. So you definitely want to, from everything I've read, everything else, all the videos, you want to keep an eye on that. But you also want to make sure that you leave the ventilation open, because, you know, any good compost, then, you know, the secret is good airflow. And worms like the airflow too, so. Stormed really good last night, which I figured would probably make this a little bit easier, because, you know, part of the process says that if you're dealing with dry soil, put some soil in, wet it down, put some more soil in, wet it down. That way you can compact it, and it'll work better. You know how much you actually have when it's wet and compacted down, which is definitely a bonus. One thing I will say about these SubPods, they are definitely sturdy. Here I am, weigh a little over 200 pounds, and I'm on top of it, no problems. So, A+ there on sturdiness. Yeah, a little bit more. Around, check everything out. Now, good thing is that, once again, worms aren't here yet. So once they get here, I'll show you how I do that. But this kind of gives me a couple days to observe this, see if the soil settles in, see if it drops a little, and then if so, come back and, you know, help cover it up. But let's get some of the hay. Of pine straw. So I'm just putting the pine straw in here to kind of, I guess, help differentiate between the area that I have for the SubPod, which I'll probably even plant some stuff pretty close into this, and then the, you know, what's the normal part of the garden. Some people tell you that, you know, pine straw will change the pH of your soil. You know, by the time it gets to this point where it's dry and everything else, it's not going to make that big of a difference. So, if you want to use it in your regular garden, there's no issue with that stuff. Get it in there. It's going to help keep the soil moist and all that good stuff. Dirty hands. All right, there we go. SubPod is installed. Well, got a little bit of water splashed in there, some dirt that's splashed in. Like I said, that's compost. So I'm okay with that. Looks good. Let's give you all a close up on the inside. There you go. And if you can see down there, that if I had the opportunity, which I don't because this is below the bed, I could have ran a tap off of that for worm juice, worm tea. Yeah, worm tea. But I probably won't be doing that. I'll just let it kind of seep out and go out into the bed and everything else and kind of keep that route. But there we go. Installed, complete. Let's close it up. Let's sit down. We're gonna the ring that they sent, I'll probably replace this with something else. Knowing me, you know. Good thing it does say SubPod on it, so hey, you know, we'll see how long it lasts. All right, everybody. It's installation of a SubPod into the raised bed. Didn't take up as much room as I thought it would, but still took up a pretty decent amount of room. We will be planting garlic on that side. We've got some, as you can see here, some fall crops going. Different collards and kales and spinach and radishes and turnips. So that's all going and in there. Got to check and find out where my worms are at. Ordered them about a week and a half ago, so see if maybe I can give these people a call and find out what's going on. Hopefully get those here pretty quick. And then I will show you how we set up the actual beds themselves and put the worms in and go to town. Remember, even if you live in the suburbs, like I do, white fences, small backyards, you can still have a garden. Because if Leo can do it, you can do it. We'll see you soon.